Okay, here's a cracker for you now, because an exhibition in Cumbria is celebrating the life and work of a musician responsible for one of television's most recognisable theme tunes.
Delia Derbyshire was a pioneer of electronic music in the 1960s, and she's best remembered for the iconic title music for Doctor Who.
Artists where she lived in Gilsland have been putting together tributes to her work using natural sounds and birdsong recorded at RSPB Geltsdale. Kieran McFadden has the story.
The 60th anniversary of Doctor Who in November saw David Tennant briefly step back into the TARDIS for 3 special episodes after 15 years' absence, showcasing the world's longest-running sci-fi series' continual regeneration and reinvention. But of course, its iconic theme music is one element of the show which has remained in place as one of its few constants. The creator of which is the subject of an exhibition here at the RSPB site at Geltsdale.
Delia Derbyshire was a trailblazer in electronic music, working at the BBC Radiophonic Workshop during the 60s and early 70s. So she took Ron Granier's score and recreated that into an electronic soundscape that we know and love today for Doctor Who. She would cut and splice these tape loops, and they would go all the way around the workshop, and then she'd play them and record them. Yeah, it was quite a laborious process. After she left the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, she moved to Gilsland. Her first job here was as a bilingual radio operator for Langs Engineering, laying the gas pipe through Cumbria and then through the country. The gas pipe actually runs through RSPB Geltsdale, so as you're looking out of the exhibition space, you can see kind of mound of hill, and it runs under there.
Now, by recording actual sounds and then modulating or distorting them on equipment like this, Delia Derbyshire was able to create iconic music like the Doctor Who theme tune. Obviously, a lot more competently than I just did. Now, bear in mind that in the early 60s, she didn't have access to any of the instruments that are specifically designed to produce those sort of sounds, so she had to work with what she had, and in doing so, created one of the most iconic theme tunes that we still hear in our TVs to this day. The installation features sonic exhibits and a film from local artists who have drawn on the landscape of Geltsdale, using natural sound and even bird noises to pay homage to Delia's work.
Delia's whole life, lots of people have made documentaries about Delia, but we wanted to make it specifically more about her time here. She was a mathematician, and a lot of her music making was based on this really kind of laborious split. It's amazing how easy it is to do that now digitally. She'd had no other way of doing it, so she did it with tape. And hacking all these devices that weren't designed to make music at all, but making music from them. That could have been really cold and mechanical sounding, and it's not. There's incredible heart and soul and feel in her music. And as I was listening to her work in the archive, I started hearing things, and I pressed pause for a minute, and there's feel, a musician playing an instrument, they have a certain feel. Musicians have their own unique rhythm of playing, and it's almost like her editing has a recognisable feel to it.
The exhibition will remain at Geltsdale until the end of the month, after which it will move to Gilsland, the village where she lived, though the legacy of the woman herself is cemented for all time. Kieran McFadden, ITV News, Geltsdale.
What an incredible story, a real trailblazer.
Things you never knew.